Silent Hill F is a spin-off game from the main Silent Hill franchise. It's the latest original Silent Hill game, technically since PT, or Playable Teaser. Silent Hill 2 doesn't count, it's a remake. Instead of being set in the titular Silent Hill, Silent Hill F takes place in Ebigasoka, Japan. This is a first for the SH franchise, as most of the games are set in America or have a very Western vibe to them. Now, in this entry, we have the main heroine, Shimizu Hinako, who is a troubled teen, being chased by a plethora of grotesque and disgusting monsters. It follows her story as she tries to rescue her friends and finds out the secrets strewn around the town. It's been a long time since I last played a Silent Hill game, so I didn't know what to expect. My most recent experience with Silent Hill that came close was back in 2024 with the Silent Hill 2 remake. I'd also been playing Death Stranding around that time, and I loved its eerie, serene atmosphere. It was so close to having that ambiance and craziness of Silent Hill, and it was definitely inspired by PT. Kudos to Kojima for that. And after playing Death Stranding, I played Silent Hill 2 Remake, and it completely blew me away with the graphics and the spins on the narrative from the original. It truly tried to build and make something new from that groundwork foundation of Silent Hill 2. But I was a little disappointed by the amount of tedious combat that was backloaded into the game's ending sections. It felt more like an action game than a survival horror game, which did detract from the weight of the game's scenes and iconography. Moving on to the combat for Silent Hill F, it's very similar to the Silent Hill 2 remake in their mechanics. It's a third-person perspective over-the-shoulder action combat. You have a stamina bar for your attacks and dodges. There are also save spots all around the game map at shrines. Like previous entries in the Silent Hill franchise, there's a variety of weapons that Hinako can use in the overworld. Unlike other titles, weapons have durability and will eventually break. You're expected to find new weapons, or if you're careful, you can repair them with toolkit consumables. There's now a new sanity bar attached to Hinako's heads-up display. The sanity bar has a few different purposes in the gameplay. One useful feature is focus, which slows down time and exposes counter times in between enemy moves. If Hinako is hit during this time, the difficulty is above story, she will take permanent sanity decrease until restored by an item or at a shrine. Certain enemies may use yell or stream attacks to stun Hinako and cause sanity damage, which decreases the bar, and when it hits empty, Hinako can take direct damage from yell attacks. Dodging is improved in this game from the Silent Hill 2 remake. When you dodge, you move way farther and faster. This is a direct change from Silent Hill 2, where the dodge distance was abysmal. Even though James may have skipped leg day, both Hinako and James, when you perform a perfect dodge or a near hit dodge, enables you to counterattack and stun the enemy. But in Silent Hill F, you also get your stamina bar replenished to full, so you can continue attacking the enemy or perform more dodges. There is a big emphasis on using the counterattack system to be successful in this game. Enemies will glow a reddish color before using an attack. When that hue shows, Hinako can execute a counterattack. This knocks back the enemy, and usually stuns them and allows for more follow-up hits. If the attack is not countered, it will do a lot of damage directly to Hinako. As you progress through the game, the enemies mix up their attack patterns with feints and grabs to not make certain counters obvious, or have very fast counter windows in which you need to use the focus mechanism or memorize attack patterns to punish enemies before they can punish you. Consumables and collector items like notebook pages and other trinkets are found in the overworld. A wide range of food items restore health, and a lot of medicine items tend to either heal or restore sanity. There is a big emphasis on using Hinako's red pill painkillers in the game, but some endings are connected to its usage, so it's advised not to use them for certain endings. A lot of the knickknacks and trinkets give insight into the background of the villagers, so it's worth finding them and reading them to get a particular insight about each and every one of them. There are some items in the game that can be traded for faith, and that can be spent at shrines to upgrade Hinako's base stats, but you need an item called an Emma as well, and you can only get 22 Emmas in the entire game, and you cannot get them through a single playthrough. You must play through the game at least 3 times. There are equipable Omamori, which are trinkets bought at shrines during the holidays by tourists or as a wishing you well gift to others. When you equip them, they give Hinako various passive effects. You can also use the faith points to gacha for random Omamoris. Thanks, Konami. As you play through Silent Hill F, you will travel between Ebigasoka and the other world. In the other world, Hinako's weapons do not have durability. At the halfway of the game, Hinako acquires a fox arm. In that form, her arm transforms into a grotesque fox arm, and becomes unable to use normal weapons and can only use her arm in melee combat. Enemies will respawn if they're not killed under a blue light or absorbed by Hinako. After either absorbing or doing enough damage to enemies, Hinako's fox arm will enter a berserk mode, doing more damage and extended combos. Additionally, normal enemies do not respawn when killed in the berserk mode. Hinako can use the focus mode to also see through invisible walls to gain access through them. And that should round out all the combat in the game. The music is eerie and heavy throughout the game. Samisens, hichikiris, kodos, and other Japanese instruments reinforce the surroundings at every step. Due to the franchise's legacy, the musical atmosphere is often dreary, uncomfortable, puts you in subliminal spaces. Can't shake the feeling you're being followed. The transition from overworld to fights creates a swell bombastic noise, as metal meets flesh and torn sinew is strung across the field. OST is as beautiful as it is unsettling. I love how it heightened the tension throughout the game. Silent Hill F has going back in time to the year 1962. Ebigasoka is a sleepy fisherman's village in rural Japan. Most of the cast are born and raised there. They're almost all expected to die there as well. Everyone knows each other, but they want to start a business or have careers and start for their own families. They're all connected in some way or another. Ebigasoka feels creepy. Even the MC feels it from the start. She's like an outsider to her own hometown. And with every winding twist and turn, the town becomes more grotesque, with flesh walls and growth and the red flowers of death popping out of every nook and cranny. The Other World is the other major location the game takes place in. And like most Silent Hill games, this place is somewhere between the real life and the afterlife. It opens to a dark and eerie lake area strewn with torii gates and temples. The locations are great and follow all the previous game's underworld sections. They just don't abide by the typical jails and dungeons we've seen. They got a lot more flair to them, a more Japanese Eastern vibe. Now I'm going to start going over each of the characters without going into too much spoilers. Hinako is the protagonist of Silent Hill F. She's frustrated by her family's situation and feeling abandoned by her sister. She continues to act out in a small form of rebellion against her family. She is close with her friends, and was close with her older sister to keep her sane, though it all seemed to change the day when her sister got married and moved out to live with her new family. She breaks down after losing her only true support, and her fears materialize when her family gives her the news that she has to have an arranged marriage with someone that she may not even know. Sakuko was a spunky friend and the daughter of the priest family that owns the shrine to the east side of Ebigasoka. She was bullied for being a little, weird or strange, but Hinako and her friends were close, and they were her only friends in school. Rinko was the beautiful girl that's in every school that thinks that she deserves everything. She's attracted to Shu, but she is all aware that Hinako is the apple of his eye. So she forces herself to befriend Hinako, even though it's a ploy to make herself seem better in comparison to her. Shu is a charismatic boy that has a complicated relationship with Hinako. The son of a physician, he is smart and kind, but also unsure of how he feels about the girl he has grown up with, and the new girls entering his life. Her mother and father are very critical to the game, as they are the catalyst in which the events of Silent Hill begin to occur. They expect her to conform to the gender roles of a Japanese woman in the 1960s, to be married off to a man and be a wife that bears children for them. Her older sister conforms to the fate of their parents' expectations, and has a minor role throughout the game. Fox Mask is a mysterious Ikeman that swoons Hinako into making some horrible decisions in the underworld. His alignment is very undetermined throughout the game. Though he appears human in the other world, he dons the mask to hide his appearance. He acts as a spiritual guide to Hinako. Silent Hill F is a phenomenal game. One of the best horror games to come out in the last 5 years, standing well with the remake of Silent Hill 2 that came out just the year before it. The only demerit I can imagine is that the game does require you to beat it multiple times to get a full experience, and this comes directly from Ryukishi's style. He's an amazing author and writer, but he tends to force multiple playthroughs through his games to get the full picture. And combine that with the nature of the Silent Hill games, it's a nasty combo. So you're going to have to play multiple playthroughs to understand the full story of Silent Hill F. It's honestly a pretty positive outlook for the series, and sets a standard very high for future Silent Hill games. So I'm excited for the future of Silent Hill. I want to give Silent Hill F a solid 8 out of 10.